Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lee Cassidy from Tactile Technology, and welcome everyone who's joined our event today. We're talking about digital transformation, and we've got some great speakers joining us. So our first speaker will be Paul Haddo. He's coming in at 1:15, and he's going to talk about intelligent infrastructure that can support your digital transformation journey, helping with things like providing artificial intelligence, also automation, and also understanding exactly in real time what's happening with your infrastructure, which makes things really important, especially when you're delivering such an important service to your internal or external customers. Following that, we've got some breakout sessions, and we've got two breakout sessions at 1:45. One of them is Chris Wales, who's going to cover off more automation, but also go into things like VM native storage and talking about modern virtualization for the data center and how you can utilize your existing virtualized applications in a digital transformation migration. Following that, we've got at the same time, sorry, at 1:45, we've got Friso Hedemar, who's going to be talking about adoption of containers. Containers are becoming a really important factor in digital transformation. So it allows people to effectively develop once and use multiple times, either on premise or in their public cloud services that could be available. So we're going to cover off those as well to make sure people understand how you can actually move to a more agile development type criteria for your transformation project. Then we've got another keynote, this time from Eric Jan Fransen at 3 p.m. We'll have a short break prior to that, but at 3 p.m. we've got Eric Jan Fransen, and he's going to talk about how easy you can adopt and move and also deliver great performance by utilizing containers and Kubernetes within your environment. We're then going to follow on with two more breakout sessions. One of them is Ross Cooper-Smith, who's going to talk about high-performance storage, but also using multi-protocols. So having the ability to deliver files and also block mode storage for things like virtualization or containers, and potentially object storage as well, which is becoming a big part of digital transformation. At the same time, we've also got Boris talking about, Kubernetes and how can utilize that more effectively, both to save time and save money as well when you utilize it using an on-premise or a public cloud environment, but also looking at how you can ensure that that development is really agile, but also making sure that it's secure as well. At 4 p.m., we're going to move over to myself, and I'm going to be covering compliance and risk, because one of the issues when you're going down this digital transformation journey is that everything starts to move very fast, and you could end up using multiple platforms to actually deliver. And one of the key issues there is ensuring that you're compliant, especially if you've got fixed compliance, like something like PCI compliance, because you take credit card transactions, or using one of the other compliance platforms like CIS to ensure security. You can ensure that you actually are compliant. But also we look at the risk management as well. So I'm covering that off at 4 o'clock. We then have two more breakout sessions. So one of them is going to be Sean Myers, who's been in the SQL Server space for quite a long time. And he's going to talk about how better infrastructure can allow you to actually transform how you utilize SQL Server. And if you consider most people have been using SQL Server for a lot of their databases within existing applications, it's going to be quite important that you can reutilize that SQL capability as you move forward, rather than to redevelop everything at the start. The other one we've got is Eric Jan Fransen. I believe it could be a different speaker, but we'll finalize that a bit later this afternoon. But we're going to talk about hybrid and distributed cloud setups for banks, telcos, and utilities. And this is coming from some of their customers who are utilizing Kubernetes to deploy much better customer-facing applications in a digital transformation phase. So it's really looking at the real-world usage and what people are utilizing at the moment. Finally, we'll have our closing statements at 5 p.m. So we're going to cover that off, and also talk about our next event, which will be towards the end of May, and where we're going to talk about cloud native deployment. So looking at how you can utilize cloud native using the public services like Google Cloud Platform, Azure, and also AWS to deploy your applications, or mix those between on-premise and a public cloud environment, or between multiple public cloud environments. So we'll cover that off of that. So our next session starts in about 10 minutes, which is going to be Paul Haddo. Feel free to use the networking section and meet up with some of your peers, and we'll kick off with our keynote in 10 minutes. Thank you very much.